Hello, duelists. Welcome to the King's Court. Now, okay, we've had a couple of days for this to set. So, in case you've been roommating with Patrick from SpongeBob and living under a rock, we all know in the Yu-Gi-Oh community that the ban list just recently dropped. We got it on Tuesday, if I remember right. And as recording this video, it should be Friday, if I remember right. Unless I got my calendar in front of me on my phone or something, I always forget the dates. But that's the thing. It's been a couple days, and we've had some time to adjust. So we've managed to let this all sink in. We've all been able to come to terms with certain cards that got hit. That's why I have this in front of me. In case you're new here, but we focus, for heroes primarily. Unfortunately, we inadvertently got hit. We sadly lost to Rivalry of the Warlords. And let's be real, most hero players love this card. I'm not gonna lie, I love this card. I think pretty much every warrior-based deck these days loves this card. But, gotta, can't let them pass. Gotta keep going. So, I wanted to have this discuss. I was gonna do this video yesterday, but some stuff came up. Holidays. Last minute holiday prep. Oh man, I'm pretty sure everyone knows how that feels. All the stores are practically empty or huge lines everywhere, man. So, I've been having to take care of that stuff, But basically, I want to discuss these new cards, the cards that got hit in the ban list, what this could mean for the meta, and also how this affects heroes, but as well as the entire meta in general. So, let me know in the comments what you think of the ban list. I honestly think it's pretty good. If I'm being real, maybe I'm just glad that the Millers are gone. I don't know. Maybe I'm just glad. Maybe I'm just glad about that. I don't know. But because again, I'm gonna be honest, that's the one I really couldn't stand that deck. Tier elements. Let's be real. I'm pretty sure all hero players. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm pretty sure most hero players were getting sick of seeing tier limits play malicious, and some people even saying Aqua Dolphin needed to get hit, but then he sold got hit. Although I think more people are more bummed out about that when it comes to Infernobles. Whatever. We'll get to that when we get to that. So, if you don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll get the shameless plugging out now. Follow our social media. We're posting a lot more on our Twitter now, so we're trying to keep be a little more active on our Twitter. We just because we barely just got access back to it. Long story, but had to switch devices. Had to wait a little bit to get access back. It's a long story. Anyways, we're posting a lot more there and retweeting. So if you want to see us talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Pokemon, or hell, just want to see funny memes we repost, go follow our Instagram. Follow our Instagram and our Twitter. So, basically on the list, the big ones to take away: Isolde got banned, and the Millers also got banned, and the Mathman card, which I kind of agree with a lot of people. That one seems a little bit out of nowhere. I mean, I'm sure there's probably somebody in the comments who could leave a reason, probably why, but my best guess, maybe they were worried about maybe with all the Salamangreat cards that like all the fire support coming out soon. Maybe they're worried about people mixing Cyber's decks. I don't know. That's the best I can think of. But the Millers, the Ishizu cards, and Isolde, that actually kind of helps because let's be real. We don't on this channel. I don't just focus on Omni heroes. I also do Neos heroes, and I do we do play Aqua Dolphin in that. If you haven't seen the deck profiles for those, now that a new ban list is out, I gotta update those. So I might make those. I'm working on a new build for heroes. The video we're doing right now. This or maybe one more, maybe like a Digimon or a Pokemon video. I'll probably do like one each. A Digimon and a Pokemon video and have those be like the last ones we post before Christmas because we're gonna be too busy to record anything. So, but after that, then I think before New Year's, I'm gonna update my hero deck. My hero. I'm gonna update the hero deck list and post it on the channel. So if you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe. I got some ideas that I've been really wanting to test out. I want to test them on my locals first before I upload the video here on the channel. So that's why. But these next videos I want to upload. Shoot, I guess this is a mini channel update too. Before the Christmas season comes, before Christmas, I want to upload two more. There's two more videos I want to upload. because Christmas Eve and Christmas, I'm gonna be way too. Me and Shelmer and Michael are gonna be way too busy. We got relatives to go visit. My brother basically flew back in from out of from other part of the country and all that. So I gotta go spend some time with him. I gotta go see my pops. A lot of stuff coming up for me and Shelmer and Michael for Christmas. So I think I might upload one more video today and do one more tomorrow. But that's besides the point. But I'm definitely gonna upload another updated Omni Hero and Neos Hero before New Year's. So if you don't want to miss out on that, don't forget to subscribe. But basically no, that's over. The new list implies a lot of things. One, I don't mean to be that guy to dance on their ashes, but I'm actually pretty glad. Like I said, I'm pretty sure most people are pretty glad about, or we're kind of getting sick of seeing tier limits barely survive. I mean, well, unless you're a tier limit player, which if you are, you're probably already commenting that we're wrong in the comments. There's always somebody like that. Either way, whatever. I'm sorry, but that's just an opinion we have. Because I think a lot of hero players are getting sick of seeing malicious there, because there's always heroes have always had a history of being used as an engine. Let's be real, Dad is probably the best example. And when it comes to that, Isolde got hit. I do feel bad for the Infernoble players, one warrior deck player to another, but it is what it is. I mean, it sucks, but let's be real, Isolde realistically enabled too many degenerate plays, and in general, that card is just pretty nuts. What about the cards come back to? So yeah, but I want to talk about the floodgates. Now, I like Gozen Match. I think Gozen Match is a pretty good card, but that card, okay, I understand why a lot of people would hate that card. But in Tikaboo, there can only be one. Oh my god, I hate that card with a burning passion. I cannot stand that card. Because again, it's like the Uno reverse card for freaking decks like Heroes or Infernobles or whatever or I don't know, Chandler Michael, if he plays machine decks, stuff like that. It punishes you for playing in your archetype, because usually in archetypes like Heroes, Cyber Dragons, stuff like that, they're usually the same monster type, machines, warriors. Dragon Link, that deck is all dragons, so it pretty much punishes you for doing that, and you can only have one of them on the field. So unless you're a deck like Vanquish Soul, For Hire, what other decks? Off the top of my head, was the only two I could. I think Grand Maju Turbo plays that. The deck that plays like, they're probably happy about Desires is back at 3. So I think Grand Maju also plays Tikaboo because they just want to play Grand Maju. I could be wrong, and I might even say the wrong Maju card, but either way, I think they play that card. I know they play a bunch of anti-meta stuff. So they all went to 1. I'm kind of not that shocked. I mean, a lot of people have been saying they could get hit to 1, it's because of Master Duel and all that. A little shocked they didn't hit Skill Drain, which, an argument could be made Skill Drain is the best one out of all of them. Debate. So if you want to play a deck that can use Skill Drain, like if you play, what's a good example? What's a deck that plays Skill Drain all the time? Do Dark World still play Skill Drain? They used to a long time ago. I don't know if they do anymore. Shoot, that's one. But I can't think off the top of my head, but I know there are decks that like to play 3. Eldritch. There you go. Eldritch likes to play 3 of those things. I think also Labyrinth do, which for the record, let's be real, we're heading to a new format in general. We got the Fire Kings to deal with, and maybe this is me, Labyrinth didn't get hit at all. All the top decks got hit in some way. Rescue Ace, Unchained, Pearly, Tier Limits, all those decks got hit. Some got hit worse than others, and some kind of got more like a slap on the wrist, but realistically, let's be real. It's safe to say Tier Limits is probably going to be going up, and is definitely going up in play. I think even their prices are going super up, and we're going to deal with Fire Kings. So realistically, we're going to deal with those for a while. I think those are probably 2 of the decks we're going to see a lot of coming up soon. Which reminds me, I better start working on our predictions for the top meta decks going to the new format, but I'll save that for later. But that's what I wanted to talk about. So there are substitutes still we could still play. I wanted to bring this up. Yeah, Rival of the Warlords, it's weird. Playing it at 1 feels a little odd. You could get really lucky with it, but I don't know. If you don't want to play it, but there are substitutes. Let's see. Right away, as soon as it got hit, this came back to my mind. We could go with Solemn. Here's the thing. Rival of the Warlords is like, a lot of people used it for like main decks purposes, stuff like that. But more than average, most people usually use it as a side deck card. So usually, you're going to go first. You want to side it in to go first and all that. So you can set up your field and flip it on your opponent, especially if you know they're playing a deck that plays multiple different monster types. So there you go. So we know to go with Solemn because negating a summon can be pretty good. And plus, in Heroes especially, we set up our field. We have our own skill drain. That's the thing. With Heroes, we already got a skill drain. So with this, we can negate their summon as well. So there you go. But, that's just an idea right there. Also, don't forget, since we're going, like I said, I really do think Fire Kings are going to start tearing things up, especially with that new fire support coming out. Anti-Spell, we still have this at 3. So this is another card we can start playing in replacement to Rival of the Warlords. And but here's the thing also, sadly, I feel like this card's not, like, unless you're playing against, like, Vanadium, am I saying that right? The Synchro deck, and Pearly, this card doesn't really come up as much. Like, I was using it didn't really come up that much. Against Unchained, I mean, yeah, you can stop their Genghis, but that's about it. It doesn't really do anything to Fire Kings or Labyrinth. Doesn't really do that much to Rescue Ace either. So, realistically, there are a lot of decks that this card doesn't really hit, so maybe, like, switching this out, like, what I might do personally, I might just switch both of these out and replace them with these, honestly. Especially this one, because, like I said, we'll be going, there's going to be a lot of Fire Kings soon. Shoot, I think even now we're starting to see some Fire Kings decks starting to top, like, not just locally on YouTube, but as, like, smaller regionals, stuff like that, too. So that's something to be aware of. I think Anti-Spell is going to be a necessary card in the side deck going forward, or even the main deck if you want to main it. I also think Nibiru is going to be more usable too, because Nibiru was like not getting as much play, but with Fire Kings, because they need to destroy themselves to get their effects up, I think since this tributes them, maybe this might be more useful. No, it's just an idea. So that's pretty much it. Like, that's what I wanted to bring up there. Like, we still got substitute cards we can play instead. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? The cards that went to 2. Pankratops. That's another question there. Will Pankratops actually, like, affect anything? I mean, now there's 3 Fenrir, 2 Pankratops. I think they're really trying to, like, nerf going turn 1. I think that's why they hit Rivalry of the Warlords, stuff like, all the floodgates, stuff like that, because they want to, like, I think they're trying to, like, even out going turn 1, turn 2, because you can go turn 1 with using Fenrir and all that. But with Pankratops, that really, like, initiates turn 2 plays, because you can use this effect to pop during your opponent's turn, so that brings up something. Plus, again, we still have, like, all the other really good save, like, all the other cards, too, like, we still got, we still have the going turn 2 cards, like, we still got we still got Evenly Matched, we still got Lightning Stormer 2, we still have Feather Duster, we still got all that good stuff, so I think that's what they're trying to do, so that's something to be aware of. Oh, I just wanted to bring that up. So that's the thing there. What other deck cards? Oh yeah, going to 3. Also Redox. I'm gonna be real. I kind of agree with a lot of people. I think Redox could have gone back too. Let's be real here. It's been 10 years, and if anyone watching this wasn't playing the game back then, when when Dragon Wars was the top deck, me and channel member Michael were playing at that time. And they were good back then, don't get me wrong, but now they've gotten seriously power crept. I mean, what's their best play? summon some dragons. There you go. It's not really a big deal. I mean, back then when the game was a lot slower too. Plus, again, same thing that goes with Upstart being at 3. We have Droll and Lockbird now. We got Droll, and when it comes to Snatch Steal coming back, let's remember he sold his gone, so it's not like they can just go searching, doing all the equipped spells. Plus, again, it was a much slower format. What was it, 6 years ago when it came back? Something like that. Although, plus again, we already had Change of Heart at 1, and almost nobody was playing it. So, I don't really think Snatch Steal is going to be that big of a deal, personally. That's just me, though. But again, if you're really that worried, again, that's Anti-Spell Fragrance. There you go. This card is a monster. Literally, it's a monster. Okay, not literally, but you know what I mean. It's this card's a beast. Like, this card's crazy. So if you're really worried about Anti-Spell and Mind Control, that card being a 3, or your opponent overusing Upstart, I think Anti-Spell is gonna be a staple card. I don't know about it being main deck though. It depends, but it's definitely going to be like one of the best side deck cards, I think, personally, going forward. Especially if we're going to have to be dealing with freaking Fire Kings. Man, that deck's nuts. But so that's pretty much what me and Sean and Michael were thinking. Other than that, that's pretty much the basic I want to talk about. We still got substitutes that we can replace rivalries with. Same things if you played Gozen Match or if you played Tikaboo. Well, okay, I don't know about Tikaboo. I've played Gozen Match before, but I've never used... that card is just annoying. So, but basically, we got cards we can use. Solemn is still a thing. Anti-Spell Fragrance is still a thing. Skill Drain is still a thing. And luckily for Heroes, we have our own Skill Drain. And if you want, I know some people were cutting it down because Pearly weren't getting as much play, but it looks like they're trying to... Weirdly enough, the OCG is trying to bring Kashtira back. Like, they brought Unicorn back to 3, and Fender didn't get hit at all, even though it's banned the OCG, so maybe they want Kashtira to live here. I don't know. So, we still got Book of Moon, we still got Book of Eclipse. And so we still got a lot of really good cards to use. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about here. Long story short, the abridged version. We lost rivalries, yes, but we still have tons of amazing cards out there. These are just a few examples. I'm sure there's probably somebody in the comments who has tons of ideas as well. If they want to share those, awesome. But if not, I understand. But that's just what I wanted to mention. And when it comes to like the meta itself, yeah, oh man. Another thing we got to keep in mind, even though we're not going to get it in the TCG for a while, those new Lightsworn cards, let's be real, they probably realistically finally hit these Shizu cards because of the new Lightsworns. They want to sell those new Lightsworn cards, and let's be real, people are going to be like, why would I play these new Lightsworn cards where they can just use these in tier limits? So, like, I think that's one of the reasons they finally hit it, so just be aware of that. We eventually got to deal with those cards, and if some people are watching this who are like new to the game, never played against Lightsworn, Charge the Light Brigade, Solar Recharge, stuff like that are probably we can play again. And Anti-Spell, like I said, is like one of the cards to deal with them as well. Luckily, we don't have Grass Looks Greener, although I'm willing to bet that we'll probably get it, because if I'm right, in OCG, it's at 2. I could be wrong. I think it's at 2 over there. So I wouldn't be shocked if maybe they put it back to 1 before we get that stuff here in the TCG. I wouldn't be shocked, if I'm being honest with you. But, that's just my thoughts. Rambled on for a while now. I just wanted to bring that up. Just wanted to talk about this. And I guess that small announcement, too. We got some videos planned out for coming up soon, so if you don't want to miss out on those, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And honestly, thanks for watching. That's it for this video. That's pretty much everything. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Take care. Bye.